Hello. The PPT showing the world population composition. I'm Asha, PGT Geography from Kendra Vidyalaya number 1, Air Force Station, Tambaram, Chennai. Now let us see what are the components or the concepts we are going to study in the population composition lesson. Population composition is a distinct field of study within population geography with a vast coverage of analysis of age and sex, place of residence, ethnic characteristics, tribes, language, religion, marital status, literacy and education, occupational characteristics, etc. Now, let us see the first component, the sex composition or the sex ratio. The number of women and men in a country is an important demographic characteristic. The ratio between the number of women and men in the population is called the sex ratio. In some countries, it is calculated by using the formula male population divided by female population multiplied by 1000 or the number of males per 1000 females. Whereas in India, the sex ratio is calculated as female population divided by male population multiplied by 1000 or number of females per 1000 males. Now let us continue with the sex ratio. The sex ratio is an important information about the status of women in a country. In regions where gender discrimination is there, the sex ratio is bound to be unfavorable to women. Such areas are those where the practice of female foeticide, female infanticide, domestic violence against the women are there. Apart from that, we are also having areas with patriarchal society, dowry system, women, girls given less nutrients, food, and people, especially in the rural areas, the women die at the delivery age. One of the important reason could be lower socio-economic status of women. Now let us come for the distribution of sex ratio. On an average, the world population reflects a sex ratio of 990 females per 1000 males. The highest sex ratio is recorded in Latvia, which is 1187 females per 1000 males. The lowest sex ratio is recorded in United Arab Emirates for 468 females per 1000 males. The sex ratio is favorable for females in 139 countries and unfavorable in 72 countries listed by United Nations. Asia has a low sex ratio. Countries like China, India, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan have low sex ratio. Europe, where males are in minority. A deficit of males in the population of many European countries is attributed to the better status of women and an excessively male-dominated out-migration to different parts of the world. Yes, children, now let us come for the next component, the age structure. The age structure represents the number of people of different age groups. It is an important indicator of population composition since a large number of population in the age group of 15 to 59 indicates as working population. They are also referred to as the independent population as they are able to reproduce socially, economically, and biologically. The population above 60 years represents the aging population which requires more expenditure on health care facilities. High proportion of young population below 15 years means the region has a high birth rate and the population is youthful. The population above 60 years and the population below 15 years are considered to be the dependent population for the independent population which lies between 15 to 59. Children, now let us see about the age-sex pyramid. We can also call it as the population pyramid. The age-sex structure of a population refers to the number of females and males in different age groups. A population pyramid is used to show the age-sex structure of the population. The shape of the population pyramid reflects the characteristics of the population. Here we are showing a graph where in x-axis we are showing the percentage and in y-axis we are showing the age group. The left color in blue shows the male population and the right color red shows the female population. And they have demarked the line from 0 to 15 dependent in population, and again it has been demarked from 60 above with blue color lines. The center between 50 to 59 lies the independent population. Below 15 and above 60 remains as the dependent population. Now, when we are talking about the population pyramid, there are three different types. They are expanding population pyramid, constant population pyramid, and declining population pyramid. Now let us see in detail. First, let us come for the expanding population pyramid. The age-sex pyramid of Nigeria is a triangular shaped pyramid with a wide base and is typical of less developed countries. They have larger proportions of population, young population in the lower age groups due to high birth rates. If you construct the pyramid for Bangladesh, Mexico, it will also be the same. Now let us talk about the constant population pyramid. Example, Australia is showing constant population pyramid. Australia's age-sex pyramid is bell-shaped and tapered towards the top. This shows the birth rate and the death rate are almost equal, leading to a near constant population. It also leads to the development of the nation where more people are there in the independent group, that is between 15 to 60. More population is there. Young children and old age people are less in number. Now let us come for the declining population pyramid. Example, Japan has a narrow base and a tapered top showing low birth rate and low death rate. The population growth in developed countries are usually zero or negative. Now let us come for the aging population. The population aging is the process by which the share of the older population becomes proportionally larger. This is a new phenomenon of the 20th century. In most of the developed countries of the world, population in higher age groups has increased due to increased life expectancy, increase in medical facilities and techniques, and decent standard of living, education, these are the reasons for aging population. With the reduction in birth rates, the proportion of children in the population has declined. The next component is the rural-urban composition. The division of people into rural and urban is based on the residents. The division is necessary because rural and urban lifestyles differ from each other in terms of their livelihood and social conditions. The age, sex, occupational structure, density of population, and level of development vary between rural and urban areas. The criteria for differentiating rural and urban population varies from country to country. Let us continue with the rural-urban composition. Rural areas, people are engaged in primary activities, and in urban areas, people are working in secondary and tertiary activities. The division between the rural and the urban areas are significant in geographical distribution of the percentage of rural population is higher in agricultural countries, while industrially developed areas have urban population. There has been an universal law of population from rural into urban areas. The most urbanized societies in the world are the Western and Northern Europe, Australia, and North America, with 75% of the urban population. The developing countries of Asia and Africa, the urbanization process have recently started. One third of the population live in urban areas. Let us see about the literacy. Proportion of literate population of a country is an indicator of its socio-economic development as it reveals the standard of living, social status of females, availability of educational facilities, and policies of the government. The level of economic development is both a cause and consequence of literacy. In India, literacy rate denotes the percentage of population above 7 years of age who is able to read, write, and have the ability to do the arithmetic calculations with understanding. A recent census says that a person is considered to be literate who is able to read, write, speak, communicate in any one regional language, do basic arithmetic calculations, and also have the basic knowledge of computer. Let us study about the occupational structure, the last component of this chapter of population composition. The working population, that is, women and men of the age group of 15 to 59, take part in various occupations ranging from agriculture, forestry, fishing, manufacturing, construction, commercial, transport, services, communication, and other unclassified services. Agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining are coming under primary activities. Manufacturing is considered to be the secondary activity. Transport, communication, and other white-collar jobs come under tertiary activities. The jobs related to research and development leads to quaternary activities. The proportion of working population engaged in these four sectors is a good indicator of the levels of economic development of the nation. A developed economy with industries and infrastructure can accommodate more workers in the secondary, tertiary, and quaternary sector. If the economy is still in the primitive stages, then the proportion of people engaged in primary activities would be high as it involves extraction of natural resources. This slide is showing the various examples of economic activities throughout the whole world. In the left top corner, it shows the primary activity where the man is directly related to the land. The materials or the primitive tools have been used. Coming to the central diagram, which is having engaged in the industrial activities, which come under secondary activity. In the right top corner, we are seeing the tertiary activities where all the services have been included. For example, in this diagram, they have shown a policeman, a nurse, a postman, a teacher, a fireman, and a doctor. In the right bottom corner, you can see the quaternary activity where we are talking about research development and information technology. And finally, coming to the left bottom corner is the quinary activity where we are talking about the highest hierarchy of decision making. Now let us revise up by ourselves. Children, find these answers and enter in your homework copy. What is population? What is population composition? What is sex ratio? What is age structure? What is aging population? What is population pyramid? Mention the types of population pyramid. Distinguish between rural and urban composition. What is literacy? What is occupational structure? And list out the various economic activities. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you.